Hi, it's Dorothy guiding with Scrapbooking Quebec. Today I'm here for Mercy Tiara Kits, and I'm going to be creating a quick and easy 12 by 12 layout featuring the July 2024 release called Summer Lovin'. This kit combines products from Simple Stories, Echo Park Paper, and more. Here is my narrowed down selection. The pattern paper is from the Simple Stories Summer Snapshots collection, and the embellishments are from Simple Stories, Echo Park Paper, and Mercy Tiara Kit exclusives. Mostly what I end up using comes from the main kit, the Small But Mighty add-on, and the cardstock add-on. This kit is so colorful and fun. If you want a closer look at everything, check out my unboxing video. I will put a link to it below, along with links to the Mercy Tiara Kit shop, Instagram, and Facebook page. So let's jump right in. The first thing you're going to notice is I prepared a foundation page in advance with 3 sheets of paper. I gutted 2 of them. There is a tutorial on my channel where I explain how to do this. So that's going to be listed and linked below. I'm also showing you that I rounded the corners on the off-white cardstock. I have one photo, 5 by 5, that is double matted. That yellow cardstock is actually part of the paper that I gutted from behind the foundation page. For the pattern paper, I started by selecting 3 pattern papers from the main kit. These are all from the Simple Stories Summer Snapshots collection. You're going to notice that when I actually cut into them, for 2 of the 3, I end up cutting into that paper pad there. It's the same collection, Summer Snapshots. It was in the Small But Mighty add-on. I do have a handful of scraps. I also have that 12 by 12 sticker sheet from Echo Park Paper. That was in the main kit. Now in this embellishment tray, first I'm going to show you a bunch of cut aparts. So I have these 3 by 4 cut aparts along with a bunch of tags. Both of those came from 12 by 12 papers that were in the main kit. I also have some Mercy Tiara Kit exclusive sequins. I have one ephemera pack. That one was in the main kit. It is from the Summer Snapshots album. I have some other things in here as well, including a handful of alphas. And I'm going to talk more about the embellishments when I embellish my page later on. The first thing I want to do is continue preparing my foundation page. So I have some nesting circle dies. Mine are from Stampin' Up! And what I'm going to do is cut out a bunch of circles in different sizes in 3 different pattern papers. Now I mentioned earlier, I started by selecting the papers from the main kit, but for 2 of the 3, I end up just using those 6 by 8 papers. That's because you're going to see I'm cutting out these circles and I don't really need that much paper. And when I don't have to cut into a full 12 by 12 sheet, for a layout like this, I don't. I prefer to use smaller papers or scraps. Now for this orange one here, it is part of a 12 by 12 paper. That's because I've already cut into that 12 by 12 paper. It's one of the 3 papers in my foundation page that I gutted. So for the other 2, however, I'm just cutting out a few small circles. That's why I'm using the 6 by 8 paper pad. So here are all the circles I've cut out. You can see I have 6 large circles and a handful of small ones. At this point, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the small ones, but I thought I would cut some out with the scraps of paper. There were only little bits and pieces left. I figured I might want to incorporate some into my embellishing, but right now what I'm going to work with are the 6 larger circles, and those are in 3 different sizes. So first I'm placing my photo on the page, and I'm doing it towards the right on purpose. If you look at that photo, I am sitting on the right, looking towards the left. And when possible, when there are people in photos, I prefer to have them looking in the page as opposed to looking off the page. Had I placed that photo on the left-hand side of the page, I would have been looking off the page. Now what I'm doing is just kind of grouping my circles, tucking them underneath the photo, looking for a design that pleases my eye. I want it to be kind of organic and not a perfect shape. That is not a perfect circle. It's just kind of you know, it's almost oblong or almost on a diagonal. So that's what I was going for. Now I'm happy with it. You can take a screenshot if you want to follow along what I'm doing here. But what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to move these. I'm quite literally lifting the circles and adding a little bit of adhesive underneath and adhering all of the circles. I do it to the circles, every one of them, except for that small multicolored one, which will be towards the bottom of the page. That one's actually going to overlap my photo, and I'm not going to adhere that last circle until I actually embellish my page. So now I am adhering my photo, and once this is down, then what I'm going to do is get out my embellishing, and I am quite literally ready to embellish my page after this. This is a super quick and easy design. So you're going to see in a moment I have all of my embellishing around me here. So I'm just going to go through that quickly with you. On this tray, I have a bunch of cut apart sheets, so I have a bunch of tags there. I have these other cut apart sheets. Now I plan to use one of those two as my title, not quite sure which one yet. I have an ephemera pack. This is from Summer Snapshots. That was in the main kit. I have my little circles, of course. That 12 by 12 sticker sheet was in the main kit from Echo Park Paper. Those self-adhesive brads were in the embellishment add-on, and I do have the sequins handy. Now I'm showing you I have some punches and 2 leaf dies. So the 2 punches are flower punches. Actually, there are 4 punches. 2 of them are flowers, 2 of them are circles. And I also have those 2 leaf dies. So what I'm going to do in this yellow and apricot colored cardstock is punch out a few flowers. I think I've had these punches for about 20 years. That cardstock, by the way, is from Simple Stories. It coordinates very nicely with this kit, and they were part of the cardstock add-on. So I'm also going to punch out some circles. I have 2 different size circles there, 3/4 of an inch and 1/2 inch, I think, and I'm going to cut those circles out in this off-white cardstock. It's the same off-white cardstock that's on my foundation page. It's also one of the 2 layers behind my photo, and that color I think is White Sands from Basil. So you can see off camera, I adhered the centers to the circles. I also cut out a bunch of leaves with my die cutting machine. That die was from Lawn Fawn. But right now I'm showing you how you can make your own leaf very similar without any special tools. Basically, I almost folded the paper in half, cut myself out a semicircle, and out pops a leaf that looks very similar to the ones I cut with a die. I just wanted to show you that because not everyone has a die cutting machine. So now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to use as a title. I decided to go with the tag, and it says, "I love sunshine." Because I'm going to use a tag, I'm going to select a few more tags because my title is going to go basically towards the bottom left. So in the kitty corner, I'm going to add a few more tags. Tags make great base layers for embellishment clusters. So I select 2, and I'm going to tuck them behind the photo in the top right. My title is going to be that tag in the bottom left. So right now I'm kind of establishing a diagonal design here by creating clusters in both of those areas. I add a few flowers in each one of those clusters, and then what I will do is just dig into the ephemera pieces. You're going to notice for one of the ephemera pieces, I'm going to be using it as a journaling piece. It's a little block, and I've already stamped on it. I'll show it to you in a moment. It says Summer Fun, and there are 3 empty blocks on it. That's what I'm looking for right now. One says who, where, and when. So I stamped using this stamp set. It's an older one from Stampin' Up called Pick a Pennant, and there are really tiny alphas. So I stamped us here in 2024 because this is going to be one of 2 pages in my album, and it's basically a photo dump from June 2024. I don't have any real story. It's just kind of random shots that were on my phone that I liked and I printed up. So I don't have a lot of journaling basically here. I just want to identify who, where, and when. So I tucked that to the right of the photo. You can see I have another kind of aqua color piece there as well. That has the days of the week. And now I'm coming in with the smaller leaves and tucking them in each each of those floral clusters. I forgot to mention that green paper as well came from that very same 6x8 paper pad that was in the Small But Mighty kit. So that's what I used to cut the leaves as well. So I'm kind of happy with all of this. Now I definitely need some finishing touches, but I also have a lot of loose pieces on my page. So what I'm going to want to do right now is just start adhering all this to the page. I am going to start by adhering that large circle that I hadn't already adhered. Then I'm going to come in and adhere that title tag there. Then I'm going to move right to the opposite corner and adhere those two other tags. What you will see me do for those tags is snip them, because it's only the tops of the tags that are peeking up from behind the photos, and I am using the different layers of the photo mats to adhere those tags just so that they will appear on different levels. But the reason why I cut them is because the rest is being hidden behind the photo, and on those tags, it's part of a cut apart sheet. There's really fun images, so I can use those images to embellish another page. Then I'm coming in and I'm adhering those ephemera pieces just on the right side of the photo, then coming in to adhere the flowers. For some of those flowers, I am popping them up on foam adhesive. Others are flat to the page, and I am kind of tucking in the leaves there. So I'm kind of happy with that, actually. Also, just above the photo, I adhered a little tab. You can see that aqua colored tab just to the top left of the photo. That basically picks up on that aqua colored ephemera piece on the right side of the photo. And you can see I adhered the flowers kind of overlapping my title tag there. There was a little empty spot, so it worked well for that. Now what I want to do is add some finishing touches. So what I'm going to do is, I do have 3 tags there. So I'm taking this self-adhesive brad collection, which is from the Simple Stories Just Beachy collection. It was part of the embellishment add-on. It's actually the only thing I'm using from the embellishment add-on. Anyway, I add 3 self-adhesive brads in the 3 tags, and I'm happy with that. Then what I will do is I'll get a piece of wax paper, and I'm just going to have a look at that 12 by 12 sticker sheet. Now, pretty much everything on the page right now is from Simple Stories, and this 12 by 12 sticker sheet is from Echo Park paper, but I find it looks really nice with all these papers. So I start with the sun, because these photos, or this one here and the one on the accompanying page, is kind of all about the beginning of summer. But the rest, I'm just looking for small stuff because I have quite a few bigger embellishments already on the page. So I tuck the sun, it's on wax paper at this point, in the top right corner. And now I have a few other pieces that I'm just trying to fit in. In and around the flowers by the journaling tag, I have a little icy drink there and a lemon, and I'm happy with that. I do have some sunglasses handy. Actually, I tried to put that on a previous layout as well. I really find them cute, but they don't actually end up making it on this page after all. Anyway, I am happy with the few little bits and pieces that I did get on this page. Now what I'm going to want to do is get out these little circles. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of extend that circle cluster towards the bottom left and a little bit up towards the top right. So basically I'm stretching that circle cluster, kind of stretching it out into an even more of a diagonal design. And I really quite like how that looks, actually. So I'm just kind of playing around to see if I like it or not there. It's funny, I'm looking at the page on the screen and I do quite like it, but when I was creating it, I found it a little bit busy, which is really fun. Sometimes that happens when you're creating a page and you can step away from it and you look at it with a different perspective. But because I found it a little bit busy, if you look at it, the flowers there, the larger ones were yellow and now they are off-white. So what I did was I punched out some off-white ones and basically covered up the yellow ones that were there. But that is pretty much it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be honored and thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. Make sure you check out the Mercy Tiara Kit shop, Instagram, and Facebook page. There is a bunch of links below. Take care, and I will see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.